What up, Internet? It's so stupid. So it's been a while since I've talked about Star Wars, the stuff that I launched this channel talking about, and something that's been a big part of my life since I was a kid. See? See? And like a lot of fans, to me, these sequel era films have been a mixed bag on the best of days. I'm constantly flip flopping on what could be done to improve it with hindsight. Seriously, some days I agree with what I put in my rewrite videos last year, and other times I'm just like, no, everything in those are wrong. This is what would have been done better. This is what should have fixed them. This is what is the problem with these films. But no matter what I think the problems with the films are, which ones work and which ones don't, there is something that I think of as a unifying theory of what could have made these movies work better. One change to production that would have fixed everything. Air quotes, fixed everything, you know. And that's what I want to talk about today. Let's do this. Okay, no beating around the bush here. Let's dive right in. No stalling, no trying to build up dramatic tension by making a lot of other points before getting to this one. We're just going to get right into it. Here we go. Here's my whole thought. Everything's stupid. Okay, so my thought on the major problem is how there was no breathing room in the production of these films. In 2015, with the release of The Force Awakens, they put out a movie every year until The Rise of Skywalker came out. They hit that yearly release almost like clockwork, even after the backlash from The Force Awakens and films that had to have their directors changed at the last minute. Even with scripts being thrown out the window, they hit those release dates. And I think that's a big problem. Disney was having huge success when they purchased Marvel. And that franchise is able to put out 2-3 films a year, no problem. And I think that has to do with the fact that they come from comics, which always have tons of titles releasing all the time with their different characters, and team-up books that come alongside that as well. But Star Wars is different, and it shouldn't be treated in the same way as Marvel. You know, I have Marvel fatigue, but I will say that their format works for them, but that doesn't mean that every franchise needs to work with that structure. But Star Wars isn't Marvel. I'm of the thought that a Star Wars movie should feel like an event. When I saw The Force Awakens premiere night 2015, there was an electricity in the theater. And I think that within reason, there should be that feeling to every Star Wars release. You obviously can't replicate that every time, but you can try. There was a 16-year gap between the original trilogy and the prequels. Then another 10-year gap before the sequels came out. That space in between really gives you time to miss a franchise. That's what I think is missing, and that's what my solution to the problem is. Space out the movies. Great idea, Greg. You're a genius. Wow. No one ever thought of that before. Woo! I know it's nothing groundbreaking, but it's a simple fix that could really just smooth everything out. And I've got dates in mind. The films in the original trilogy were all released 3 years apart from one another. Prequel films as well. Same thing, 3 years apart. So obviously, as history has taught us, I would want to release them 3 years apart. And I can picture if I got to pitch that to a boardroom full of executives, they'd be like, yes, we'll release the new trilogy films 3 years apart. Now go away so we can drink our scotch, blah, 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 blah. And then they would do that. They would release the main trilogy films 3 years apart, with the standalone films coming out in between. And that'd be fine, I guess. But that's not enough for me. I want each film to release 3 years apart. Each film. That would put The Last Jedi only coming out this year, and the franchise only wrapping up in 2027. And I know that that's kind of extensive for a franchise that's really only putting out 5 movies, but I think retrospectively, this is what Star Wars needed. It needs time to work on scripts, replace directors, try to really understand what the backlash to your films are when you're trying to fix them. Part of the reason why I'm making this video is to vent out my frustrations, to make sure that my thoughts don't eat me alive. But the other reason is because they're doing it again.
Somehow Palpatine returned.
Because after the disappointing finale that was The Rise of Skywalker, they're really lucky and they were able to win back a lot of the fan base as a whole with The Mandalorian. So what do? They announced like 9 more series that they're rushing into production. And I say rushing into production, and they're not really doing that, but at the same time, it is a lot to be like, we're doing this and this and this over again. Because it does feel like they're rushing. It feels like they're pushing these films, or series now. It feels like they're just pushing everything out. Why do they keep doing this to me? And I get it. Star Wars is a product. Companies don't spend $4 billion on an IP and then don't try to make as much money as possible with it. I get it. I get it. It just sucks to me that Star Wars was a franchise that so many people cared about, that meant so much to all these people growing up, and it's just being churned out. It was a risky passion project from an upcoming filmmaker who was putting his career on the line for it. And now it just feels hollow in comparison. And the films that are made with soul, problematic as they can be in points, are considered trash. And all we're really going to do with these films is just keep pushing them, make them into series when the films don't work, and make them back into films when the series peter out again. It just feels so wrong. And yeah, I know, the original Star Wars did this. Its crazy boom in merchandising turned it into a product immediately after its release. It's its own fault. But that's not the point I'm trying to make here, so... Alright, so that's it for me. You know what to do. Like, share, subscribe. It's YouTube. And, let me know what you thought about this. Leave a comment on that. Or, I'm still trying to decorate this wall a little more. And I'm open to suggestions. Also, this was real scotch. Have a good one.